All right. Happy Tuesday. So thankful for you guys hopping on our Ruby call. I'm feeling excited and hopeful for the month. This is what is this? Our third of 4 months for Leaders Retreat contest. And it is a sales contest. I hope they change this to 1 through 4s again and consider not including but a handful of jewels to even come to Leaders Retreat. But until that happens, this is basically a sales incentive trip. So the more sales that you have, the more you'll earn Leaders Retreat and you will earn prizes. And so it's heavily incentivizing personal sponsoring and then developing those people on your level ones. So anyways, all that to say, we have still work to do. We have still work to do, and there's lots of good things happening. So we typically do a post audit, but before we do that, I actually want everyone to chime in the chat with where you're at with personal enrolling this month. And this is not like a shame session. This is no shame. But pop in the chat how many VIPs you've enrolled so far this month. And pop in the chat who you've helped to at least upgrade to brand ambassador, or pop the names of the people in the chat that you're working with to help them do a little something. I think I showed you guys last week, but I have this huge whiteboard in my office. And so I have the brain on paper or on the board with people like where their points ended last month, what their points I think they can end this month. And then I have all of my new customers on a sticky tab. And then I have a little one with a line underneath it because it's my reminder to continue to be in conversations with those people to hopefully help them at least get a running buddy. Kind of like what Alita was saying, like help them grab a running buddy to keep those conversations going. So chime in the chat. This is not like embarrassing moment 101 if you haven't recruited anybody this month. If you haven't, then pop in the chat like the initials or the first names of who you're working with that's on the fence. Okay. I do think as leaders and as we're helping people on our teams, we also need to we need to be accountable to each other, and also we need to help provide accountability to people on our team. And the crux, like the lifeblood of our businesses, is recruitment and development. And so if we're not doing both of those things consistently, or at least taking the actions that will work towards recruitment and development, then we need to be such a good visual. I think I did this visual for you guys, but Eric Worre, when I was at the Star Diamond Mastermind, he had a Coke bottle and he was pouring into his glass. And I thought it was really, I'm such a visual person. So he was like, this is the machine, the Coke bottle. And he's like, and everybody has a tiny little hole in the bottom of their cup. It's either a pinhole where there's like little drips dripping out, or it's like he goes, some of you have like a dime size hole. The bottom of yours, like as fast as it's pouring in, it's coming out. And attrition is part of this business, but we can influence that by the type of machine we built, but like the pouring into the cup. So making sure our recruits are good recruitment. That's not just like a one-hit wonder, that we're having ongoing conversation about vision casting for the 90-day thing, helping them grab a running buddy, hopefully developing them to silver, recruiting people into the business, which it's a way easier in a lot of ways to work with someone that's like in for the business versus, a product user that you're trying to convince to go through the PLLP with you. So I just thought that was really fascinating. And like when he was pouring it, it was just like a visual to me of like, oh, wow, like I've got to be continuing to pour into the cup. And the one thing that he said was that what we originally did, what we used to be doing like 10 years ago, he's like, that's working. That still works. That works. And so it was just a reminder to me not to neglect our superpowers. As a team, I thought it was really fun. Jen Cobb's like, oh my word. She goes, in-person events, that's your team's superpower. I was like, I'd never thought about that before, but we're like, you guys are all so good at in-person stuff, and that's working. That still works. Like network marketing traditionally has been face-to-face, belly to belly. And so I'm just so glad that we have a leg up on that. With like, it's not like a foreign concept to us. Like we're okay with doing things in person, because that does build community, that does build teams. It helps with retention, it helps the vision cast, it helps for us to be in the room. And when Lisa and I did that event for Nicole a couple weeks ago, we were both driving back to Lisa's house, and she's like, "Oh my word, that was so cool! It was so fun!" Like it, and I told her, I'm like, "This is what Genevieve was talking about. Like we resell ourselves on what we're doing and why we're doing this. Like you hear people that you had no idea, like her girl Beth." Here she's like a level 1, I think a senior silver under Nicole. She was sharing her story, which was like her husband had to resuscitate her. She's had a ton of heart issues, medications, like just a whole litany. It's a crazy story that I don't think any of us had ever heard. I mean, definitely not me. And I don't even think the other girls had realized like the extensiveness of her story and how much our products have helped her. So anyways, I just think there is such power in the in-person. So don't be afraid to map out your month and kind of get some of this in the schedule. Anyways, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but just as a reminder, that's our superpower. So we can lean into what we're already good at and what we know already works. And if you're not currently doing that, like figure out how you could like incorporate it somehow. And maybe you don't live locally to your team, so maybe it's more of like some online events or some Zoom type of things. So I mean, those are definitely still effective as well. So okay, recruitment checkup. How are you doing? Let's look. Okay, fantastic. So if you're just hopping on, we're chiming in the chat, personal recruitment or who you're working with, and also development, because that's important as well. Okay, also, I want you to chime in the chat, or you can unmute if you want, something that you have been avoiding. Anything. Oh, and this is where I was going with this. So Eric Worre was talking about how old things work, and I was like, oh yeah, we got this. Like we're doing this. Like we didn't have our glory days in 2018. We had our second highest ever year in 2020, and we topped it last year. So one team has been rolling. I don't feel like we like peaked in 2018 like some teams, like literally, like that's what I heard. Like we're still doing the things, like we're in the trenches. We're not in this like comfortability passive income stage. Like I'm so proud of everybody, because 2020 was a boom and a big like a big lift, but it was a little bit of a false lift because people went back to their jobs once the world opened back up. And then it was the long, hard, arduous journey of rebuilding for 4 years, 2020 to 2024. But rebuild we did, and there's been a lot of good things that have come from it too. So I think that's the thing too with network marketing. Like if this job was easy, everybody would do it. And just because you built it once doesn't mean that we won't have to rebuild it again, right? But we rebuild it with better skills, more knowledge, more enthusiasm, right, than we did before. Okay, so I was kind of sitting there, not pridefully, but also thinking, like, so proud of the team. And I mean, I was hearing like Becky's doing a 10-day vendor event. Heck yeah. Like people on the team are doing the things, weekly events. I mean, Lisa Goodwin comes up to Illinois like twice a month or 3 times a month to do events for people up here. Like talk about commitment. I know all of you guys have your versions of doing. But I was sitting there thinking, and then started to feel convicted about specific things I used to do, but haven't done them in a little while, or maybe at some level have delegated a little bit. But one of the things I thought of was, oh, I used to send handwritten notes way more often. And I used to I've been in a dry spell recruitment wise. Justin and I have been this year. It might have a little bit to do with the emotional bandwidth of the ages and stages of our kids, and also sports teams, just more nooked and crannied plexus work. But a little bit of a dry spell personal recruitment until September. I mean, it's been like the onesie twosie. September was a huge boom of, I think, like between September and the beginning of October, like 14 new people that largely came to us from those goofy GLP-1 posts. So we've gotten a whole new slew of people restarted. And I realized that I had gotten away from like sending little welcome packages in the mail with a little welcome to Plexus card, like just something simple with some samples. So anyways, I came home from Quebec and was like, okay, I just need to do this. Well, I felt like it took me all of last week to get everything written and to get it postage stamped and to get it addressed and then in the mail. So it is a process. That was my thing that I was avoiding, but I got it done. I got it done, and I'm so glad I did it. And so curious if you guys are having anything in your business right now that you have been avoiding. Let's see. Oh, Brandy, tell us what you've been avoiding that you didn't die on. Was it the post?
Yeah, so I have a beef with GLP-1s and posting about them because I don't want people to think that we have a GLP-1, that we're selling a GLP-1, like all these things. And I have gotten in my head about that a long time because my husband's aunt one time even made a comment on one of my posts when I was talking about the shot. You know, we did this like a year ago, you guys. Did you know that? I was looking at my memories a year ago. We were talking about the shot. We just weren't coming out and saying it like we are now. But anyway, I have been avoiding it and avoiding it. And tonight I am running a GLP-1 party. So yay, rah.
Awesome.
Thank
well, and you're educating.
Lisa for making me do that.
Well, I want to just say one quick thing is like keeping in mind that like GLP-1 is technically a hormone in our body. And so I think people, they look at stuff like Mounjaro and whatever, all those semaglutides, and they think that's a GLP-1. But like people just aren't educated on that. And so get out of your head. You're doing it right because you're doing an event. So that's good. But just helping them. I was just talking to a lady today who's like, yeah, what GLP-1 do you guys have? And I'm like, no, well, technically we don't have a GLP-1. But I was just trying to explain it to her because most people, they don't really know. But the one thing that I will say is that when I listen to commercials on TV about the side effects, this could kill you. This could cause diabetes. You could have a heart attack. I'm like, oh my word. What is wrong with people?
Well, I think that's why I've been so scared of them too, because they are wrecking people. My first cousin and best friend does colonoscopies for a living. That's what she does. And she says, I can tell you exactly who has been on GLP-1s. She's like, they're not pooping, they do not feel good, and they are really sick. So that I think that's why I'm a bit afraid.
There's a black box warning on it on some of them.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is like we have natural products that help boost your own body's GLP-1 production. So I think that the GLP-1 is kind of not clickbait, but it's a trigger word. And so it catches people's eye, whether they are currently on one or they are never going to touch one with a 10-foot pole, but they're open to natural alternatives. So I guess that's my thought is like, we're not trying to convince or sell people that are already on a shot necessarily. We're looking for the people, we're out there fishing, so to speak, using words and pictures and information and education to gather in the people that are open to, that need to lose weight, and they are open to a natural alternative. And really the bottom line is, I think I've already told you guys this, but the bottom line is people have underlying issues that link back to blood sugar imbalances, gut health problems, and nutrient malabsorption and inflammation. So if we can help them on those like root issues, then lots of other things are going to balance out if they're willing to give it the time. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Reaching out to former customers and did it. That's Lisa Goodwin. Turned out surprisingly well. Yes. I think sometimes we fear the thing, so we avoid it. But once we do it, we're like, oh, well, it wasn't really that hard. And the worst case scenario probably didn't happen. Brooke said, definitely avoiding in person since the last couple have been no shows. Those are always a bummer, especially when you're hosting them for someone else and like no one comes to their event, which there's always things to learn. But what I tell people is if no one shows up, then we're going live and we're gonna like work the business. We're gonna work together, and like I help them do business building activities in the place of what we would normally do for an event. So yes, it's a bummer, especially if you've had to travel a long way and if they haven't followed your instructions for casting a wide enough net. I think sometimes people think like, well, I invited my 3 or 4 closest friends and they all had a reason they couldn't come, versus like, no, we've got to invite to the tune of like 25, 35, 55, like 60, lots and lots of invites in order to get, 5, 10 people there. So I think sometimes people don't realize how many invites they have to send in order to actually get people to show up. Let's see. Oh, avoiding my own sip and season vendor events. So I'm making myself do one with my level 1 this weekend. That's awesome, Amber. Why do you avoid them?
Same as Brooke, like no one comes. So like but when I do them for my, like with Linda, like she's fabulous at them and she gets a full house. So I think, oh, I'll just keep doing them through her, but then I don't do them for me.
Oh, for yourself?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't do them for myself. I'll do them for everybody else, but I don't do them like for my own recruitment.
Do you do them in person or online typically?
Online.
Do you invite your own people to their events?
Sometimes they live a little bit further than where my people would be. Do you know what I mean? Like my potentials
Okay.
are kind of closer to me, and then they live a little further. So I just say, hey, if you want to go out, you can carpool with me. But that's where I feel like I don't do that very well. And I hear like Keith Callahan always says, like, find your well. Like I need to go to yoga studios or gyms and talk to people. I feel like that's been in my head and I'm hesitant to do it. And so I just need to do it. What's the worst that could happen? They say no and I don't have them anyway.
Right. Yeah. Well, we are our business cards. So the more places we walk and talk, the more business that will, generate in other places. The in-person events, I try to always think about like who I know in that area. Like if I'm going to do one for somebody, I'll try to think like, who do I know that I have been chatting with or have chatted with in the past, where I could just say, hey, I'm going to be in your town on such and such a date. Can you pop over? And I mean, I'll obviously mention it or ask the person that I'm hosting for, like, hey, I actually have someone in town. Do you care if they pop over too? I mean, they're always like, oh yeah, of course, that's totally fine. But anytime I host an online person or an online event for somebody, I always include my own potentials as well. To me, that like I don't have to host a separate event for that. So, however it works, but I do feel like it kind of goes back to the Emily Gibson thing. Like, it's the overall average of all 25 of them. So like once you have logged 25 or 35 or 55 events, the couple of no-shows are a small percentage of like all of them combined. So I just remember her saying in the past, like, yeah, you'll have some that are kind of bombs, which I guess in my book, none of it's a bomb, because even if I just get one-on-one alone time with that person that I'm hosting an event for, that's still a win, because we'll make lists. We will go live together. I will help them make a post. We will like make a plan of like what they need to be doing. We'll talk. Sometimes I feel like one in-person or online phone session can like save 6 months worth of time, because they're not in their head. They're like right away taking action. So it's never a loss, but it is a bummer, especially if your expectation is to like have an event like Linda's, where she invites people, she gets the whole living room full. Yeah. Because that is the expectation, whether we want to admit it or not. Like that is the expectation and what we like to see. Okay. So a homework assignment is to do the thing or one of the things that you've currently been avoiding, and just take the action on it, whether that's like to actually schedule the event or to whatever it is. So send the mail. Okay. Did you guys all register for that Plexathon? That's tomorrow. This is hilarious. I think Plexus thinks that one email is going to like hype it up for the whole field. And like everybody's like, wait, what is this thing? So Jessica had her assistant make a graphic and then post it everywhere, blast it multiple times, repeat. And honestly, that's how we get the word out about it. So here, let me really fast find the graph. Did you all see it? So it's tomorrow. So it is 10 to 12 Central Standard Time. So go, even if you aren't available at that time, go register for it so that you can get the replay. So it sounds like it's some training on what to say, what to do, what to share. Taro, Alec, and Ashley will be speaking. And then Alita, which we know is amazing, Jill Renfro, Christina, and Maria are all going to be sharing as well. So it'll be good. And there is, I know what it is, but I'm going to say, but there's a 1 day incentive for tomorrow. So you want to be engaged tomorrow. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, you want to be engaged with people and your business and be ready to post and all the good things. By the way, let's do a post audit. Do you guys all do post audits yet? Go. Okay. So while we're on the call, go register for that Plexathon. I threw it in the chats. If you have not yet. Oops, wait, let me snag the link. It'll be easier from the link. And then if you haven't done your post audit yet, let's do that too. Whoops, hang on. Oh yeah, you can do it from the team page post, but I'll throw it in the chat also. All right, does anyone have anything to report from post audit and or posting more? I know this has been like on repeat for months now, but the post audit and also upping our game from a social media standpoint and how that translates into more signups, more conversations. I would say in general, it's working. And so if you're currently not posting like 3 times a day, so morning, lunchtime, evening time, if you're not on that frequency yet, then experiment with it and try it this week. And also, there's a couple more posts that have floated around. Have you guys seen those? I think I threw mine in the chat. I also feel like it's really good to be posting things that are garnering comments. So like, I'm not too up in arms today that I haven't posted 4 times because I posted a Happy Veterans Day post. And so people are still commenting on that. And then it's Daniel's 11th birthday. So people are commenting on that. But there was, okay, you can see the post I did yesterday. And I used Amber's videos. I've thrown those in the chat. I can throw those in the chat. Really good for your stories. And she does a great job in a very succinct way, like within, I don't even know, 30 seconds, explaining the GLP-1 stuff. So I feel like we're catching people's attention and we are catching our customers' attention. So if we have their attention and then continue to blip out information and education on what we do have that helps people's bodies naturally produce more of those GLP-1 hormones. Oh, and then we've been doing the November challenge kicking off. So I have been really posting the heck out of that. But the No Quit November, I got a lot of hits on that post. So I would go ahead and try that. Like you're not too late to promote that No Quit November. And I used the picture of the prizes. And then I had people comment. I usually use like the gray heart. And I'm just like, I say, drop this below if you want more information. But it's good because even your customers will like interact with that. And then you can get information out to them. So those are a couple of posts. Oh, and then I did post this again. I got 2 likes, no comments, but I did have someone randomly message me, a former customer, and she ordered a double triplex and trim pack for she and her husband last night when we were on the birthday date. She was like, hey, shoot me the link. So I was like, all right, there you go. And she did it. So even if you don't get traction on that post, still experiment with it. Remember, it's just experimental. Doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean people aren't watching or looking. And it doesn't mean that you won't get people in your inbox talking about it. Joanna, okay, this is the other thing too, is I feel like Alita, Joanna Slavin, Marianne, those, I'm giving away all my secrets, but I don't always have the most creative ideas, but eye-catching posts that they do, I will take and use, even if it's kind of my testimonial for the day. It's kind of my quick copy paste. I know it's always better if you can make personal posts, but I do a lot of personal posts that are non-plexus. So sometimes my plexus posts are actually, pre-created, but they're eye-catching. And like some of these before afters, like I can't get over I think it's Joanna Miller, her face. Like the amount of inflammation lost is incredible. So anyways, there's just been a couple of recent posts. And then this one from 5 days ago, I took Brian Coolidge's post, but put my picture with it. And I felt like that was, well, it wasn't actually, it didn't have that many comments or likes. But anyways, I'm just saying, I feel like those are working. All right, how's the post auditing going? Anyone want to unmute and share what they're noticing about posting? Angie, are you still posting like a crazy lady so many times a day?
You know it, girl.
How is it?
I posted like 40 something in the last week. Is that right? 30, 41.
Okay.
I'm getting
And
so
how are
much
you seeing that?
conversation. Lots,
Okay.
tons of conversation, lots of commenting, lots of DMs. Yeah. People are starting up conversation because I know I say this every week, but saying something 100 times, one thing 100 times is better than 100 things one time. And so I just keep going, keep going, keep going. And I mean, I've added 3 people this month, and honestly, for as much as I've been adding for the past almost 11 years, I'm not discouraged with that at all.
Mhm.
And I have 3 people that I'm talking to about the business, which I posted 11 times about the business in the last 7 days since last Wednesday. 8 times about health, not necessarily always product, but health. Cause for me, like that is just hand in hand because I'm always talking about the mommy mocktail. Tons of people are reaching out to me wanting to know about they're specifically saying, what is the mommy mocktail? Guys, I post that almost every single day and people are still saying, what is the mommy mocktail? And then my personal, I've really upped that because listen, people are nosy and they want to know what's happening in your life. I mean, it's just, you can't even imagine. There's one girl that is, like her husband, like they are bazillionaires. And like, that's not an assumption. Like I know them, I know the company they own. She has been messaging me like crazy, not about Plexus, but she's messaging me, giving me all her ideas for my house, telling me all kinds of stuff. So I know she's seeing my other stuff. And so I'm just like, if she is that, and so now she's resorted to personal messaging me, all of her ideas. So I'm like, well, you know what? I know she's not only seeing my house posts, like she's someone who has a lot of influence and it just has to be the right thing for her. You know what I mean? So yeah, a crazy person, whatever it is. It's only 40 this week. Last week it was 45, but I'm still doing it. And I'm doing that every week. As soon as my people get here soon, like I'm making them do it. And my daughter actually said last week, she's like, Mom, you're so right. I'm like, can we get that on recording, please? Because a couple weeks ago, I made her do the audit and she had posted 7 times. She's like, I've been posting so much. And I'm like, count. It was 7. Last week, 23. And she signed up 2 people. And she's got a couple other people. She's like, somebody messaged me at the woodwork. And I'm like, really? Shocking. Keep posting. So, I mean, the work works. The work totally works.
Yeah. Did you all chime in? I posted 24 times, I guess. 2 business, so lacking there. 10 product, 12 life. But I agree. And what I've seen with Allie, even like her posts, it's so fun to follow her. Even her hair post today or whenever that was, like cute. And people love like chiming in on stuff. I don't even know. It's like kind of neither here nor there.
I'm like, if I had hair like that, no way would I cut it. I'm like, do not cut your hair.
No.
And she's not going to cut it short, but I'm like, just keep letting it grow. Mine's super thin and frail. Hers is like beautiful.
It's like fairy hair. So I think it's so pretty, long hair. Okay. Any other revelations about your posting, guys? I know some of you are just getting into posting more. Let's see.
So while you're looking at that, I was just thinking about something that you said earlier about how many people you have to invite to an event to get people here. And so that is 100% so true. And I'm huge with in-person events, but I'm not kidding you. I invited over 30 people to come tonight. And maybe 10 of them were on my Plexus team, but they're not like on my team. They're just product customer, and one already came by because she wanted to talk to me about a couple things, but she's brandy new. And I'm like, she went out of her way to come here. She would not have done that had I not sent her. So tonight we're doing mocktail and mistletoe. And we just have the kitchen all set up with all kinds of fun Christmassy like treats and stuff like that. And I have one other girl that I'm like on the edge of my seat still waiting. She said she's going to try. But I invited like 25 plus people. And you get one. But hey, I will take it.
Yes.
And
Well,
even reminding my own people, like, hey, don't forget we're doing this. Like I do that every single week. Are you coming? 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 They're like, it's Tuesday and she's going to be messaging.
but that is the work. Like that, literally, that is the work that we do because we're always driving to something, to an event, to an in-person, to an online something. And I think it was eye-opening for Nicole, like when we did those blitzy pop-up events. One, I think it got them out of the overthinking because they were like, all right, we're just doing this. And like just to the work. All we need to do is try to get people in the seats. And so Nicole, I think she said she messaged like 75 people and 8 came. I think she's 8 or 9, I don't know. So it came to her house. This was like within 24 hours. So it was like blitzy fast. But sometimes that's the best way to do it because if you message them a week before, they'll forget about it by the time you actually host the event. And then the other thing I told her is like, that's not like, don't be discouraged by that. You got in contact with every single person and that will launch into other events. And like Sheila told me the night before I left, she goes, events can be meeting at the coffee shop with like 1, 2, 3 people. And like, so these 75 people that Nicole messaged and 8 came to her in person, then she can launch out into like, she's started conversations where then she can follow up and like have the next thing that she invites to. So
Even I was just gonna say too, even like I just said, like the thing that we host every Tuesday night, I continue to remind him, and when I message this, I put a little poll up. I have like it's called Tuesday Teamwork. It's for the local people that are ambassadors or whatever. I put a poll up in there, and everybody doesn't see everything, and so I'll just private message them on. I'm like, hey, go vote on the poll. And so right now we have 8 people that are supposed to be coming that are brand ambassadors, but even the ones that are brand ambassadors, people forget, or I don't know how they forget. I've been doing this for 4 years every Tuesday night, but you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shoot, I forgot. Like this call. Oh shoot, I forgot. That's been every whatever today, Tuesday for the past year. But you know what I mean? We have to remind.
It's because we're busy and we don't know what day it is. There's been so many times where I'm like, is it Tuesday? Why is she telling us to hop on?
Yeah.
I have to do something real quick. So something that I have been doing, and I'm on a call, man. He's telling me to be quiet. So I'm being told to leave. I have always been really big in my stories, right? Well, I don't know if this will get me Plexus people or not. So far it hasn't, but my messenger has been blowing up about my stories. I don't know if you've been following my stories, but I'm like, I'm going to let the squirrel brain do what it does. And I'm going to talk about whatever on my stories. So I've got people going down rabbit holes. The whole Twilight series, I talked about the Twilight series one day. So if you are somebody who because I know people are always afraid to get on their stories. I'm afraid to post. Y'all are posting. That's where I'm uncomfortable. I would rather get on my stories and just talk about nonsense. And people, you would not believe how many people have messaged me over this Sabrina Wallace thing or Garth Brooks or all these things that I'm talking about. So I say all that to say, I did post 9 times this week, which is way better than 0. But the stories, you guys, I'm literally just making my pink drink and talking about nothing. And these people, I got like my Instagram, I forgot to check. I had 10 messages yesterday because of Sabrina Wallace. Serious, 10 messages. None of them may ever buy a product, but they're
I've never
watching
even
me
heard
now.
of Sabrina Wallace.
Oh, girl, don't do it.
I had
Don't
to
do
go
it.
up that because you posted about it. I was like, I don't know who this is.
If I had 45 minutes, I'd take you down that rabbit hole, but I'm gonna mute myself.
It's moon landing reel. That's what I'm going to put in my stories. If we go to the moon.
Well, here's the thing. The conversations are going. So I think
They
the
are.
conversations
Gretchen just, I think it was Gretchen that just asked, are they messaging you about the pink drink? They are not. But here's the deal. I never talk on my stories without my pink drink in hand. And I will even stop and say, like, this girl is talking about this. By the way, I'm doing my, Blackberry Lime Slim with my Peach Mango Active. And then I keep talking. And I'm like, this morning I mixed it up. I was talking about Garth Brooks. I mixed it up in an old honey bottle because the Starbucks bear is everywhere. So I like mixed up my pink drink and I like sat it down and it exploded. And I took a sip and then I played I Got Friends in Low Places. The comments that I've been getting on that are hilarious. Like, they're watching now. I don't even care. Like, it may take them a while to want my pink drink, but they're watching me make that pink drink. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I will say I've always signed most of my people up for my stories. I've never been someone that's been on my wall. My stories have gotten most of my customers.
I wonder if
Who
that's
said
because
something
that's
about
where
the
you do
moon?
more.
Somebody say what?
Is it a conspiracy theory about actually landing on the moon?
No, but I will get to that. I have a whole list of. I'm a
That's
conspiracy
still my
theorist.
idea.
We could go all day.
I was just gonna say that's in my queue, but mine is
No.
not in my stories. It's
No.
the colored background.
Guys.
Do you think we landed on the moon?
I don't think we did, but Sabrina Wallace, you guys find her on TikTok and you will spend an hour thinking like, oh my gosh, I got to get rid of my stupid cell phone because it'll blow your mind. Anyway, and then today I talked about how Garth Brooks is a mass murderer. And I even messaged Lisa last night. I'm like, Lisa, you Nashville people are calling him a mass murderer. And she's like, listen, it's true. And so I went down that rabbit hole. Anyway.
Wait, what?
I know.
This is my man. Leave him alone.
This is why people are following my stories because I'm dropping all the bombs.
I think that's the key, though, is that outside of what we share about with Plexus, we need to be living interesting lives and/or creating conversations or content that garners conversation. Whatever it is that's like interesting to us or that we love or that's just intriguing or hilarious, like funny stuff. People get on social media to be entertained and they're nosy. They want to know what's going on. And so I honestly think that is the key. Like, I have felt like my non-Plexus content is actually more important than my Plexus content because people follow me for that more than Plexus stuff,
Well, and I will say, like, this isn't my new like niche. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist on my stories now. This is just what's been happening in my daily life. So I'm sharing it. Just like went down the path of like, I rewatched the whole Twilight series and I talked about it on my stories and talked about how it aged so horribly, like how toxic Edward was, like all these things while I was making my pink drink. And so many of my millennial people were like, oh my gosh, like I just read the books again. And it's like, I can't believe, adult us is like, why did we think that was okay? And so we related that way. And then the conspiracy thing, like there's a lot of people who are just they will not go down rabbit holes, but then there are a lot of people who will. And so I pulled them right, So yeah, we're going to go land on the moon probably later this week.
Baloney. Katy Perry. We'll go with Katy Perry.
Well, I think that's the thing too, is like our non-Plexus info should feel whatever, somewhat effortless. Like a little bit of the ADHD of life and our brain and what's going on and what we deem shareable to social media, you know? So I say like we just have fun with it. All right. Anyone want to share a red dot, how things are going, what you're working on, if you're struggling, you want to share? We have a few minutes to chat.
Right there helped me. I have a red dot when it comes to stories because I feel like it has to be perfectly laid out and everything has to flow together, and it holds me up. So
Give
thank
them
you for making that
whiplash.
known. That's what I tell myself that because you said that. I'm like, whiplash, whiplash. That's what I say in my head. So that helps right there.
It's way better than going live because you can edit it. Like you can go back and, you know, cut it shorter. Or like if I have a kid run through the screen naked, like I can, I'm not live, you know?
True.
Can I allow Lisa to talk about all of the phone calls that she's been getting this week? I feel like this is probably
Ooh.
to do it.
What is going on, Lisa?
Yeah,
Tell us
Lisa,
the
what's
scoop.
going on over there?
My phone calls? Phone calls? Like,
Carl has called you. Who else?
Yeah,
Okay, had
that
Carl
was,
had.
yeah.
Did Alex Sun end up calling you, or did he push you off? Someone else called you.
Yeah. So my week last week, it was like all in one day. So it ran together because I was supposed to have a Zoom with Nick. And I got on there and then he realized I was senior Ruby now. So he had to pass me over. And so we just had to reschedule. And so that happened. Reed is now my person. So we did that. But in between that, on Thursday, I got my call from Tarl and Alec for Icon, which was really cool. And I knew that there was going to be a call because they kind of like made sure that I would be available. And I twice last week messed up the time. Like in that day, I messed up the time twice because of the time change. Like it was fine, but I tried to schedule around things. Well, I forgot I was going to be on the Victorious Emotion call with Jessica Heffley. We were doing that Zoom, and it was going to be fine, but then they were late calling, and it was during work time, so it was fine. And McCrae was here, so she grabbed the phone and recorded it. And she's trying to record it, like it's really cool. And I completely forgot that there's like this screen like we're on right now over, like she's recording, and there they are. They had no idea that was happening. And I messaged Jessica and said, "Yeah, I was got my Icon call, like during that 15 minutes of work time." McCrae's out there recording and she's trying not to cry. It was like you can hear her in the background trying not to cry, like she's so excited. And it was really awesome. It was awesome. Just you really need to try to hit Icon. It was really fun, and they were cheering in the background, and it was all amazing. It was really amazing. So one of those, like you're like, wow, yeah, this is awesome. So yeah, go for it. Go for it. It's
Congrats.
Yeah,
I totally expect you to wear the sweatshirt next call. Same with Becky and Kirsten.
No, I hope it comes. Like I saw that yesterday, and then you messaged, and I'm like, can it come soon enough? And I'm waiting.
Wear it. Oh my word. Okay, can we talk about Icon? Where are we at with all that, guys? Does everyone have their 10 in yet? I do not. I don't. If anyone is in the same club as me, you're not alone.
I have my 10. I need my senior silvers.
Okay. Where's everybody else at?
I don't have my 10. I know that for sure.
Do you have any senior silvers yet?
No, the girl who's gonna be dropped out on me. It's my mom.
Oh.
And I may still try to develop under her. I'm either going to develop under her or Brandon if I can't get someone else to go. But I'd really like for someone to do it on their own and not have to pick her.
Yes.
Well, if I was thinking the other day, I've added so many. I'm like, I should have stacked some of those people under other people. I've had 3 silvers, and one of those people add 4, but that's as far as I've gotten. And I'm like, I could have taken all those level 1s and put them under people.
Where's your husband? Have you built him?
Say it again.
Have you built under your hubby yet?
I built under him years ago and he got to gold. And then little by little, people just started dropping off. I mean, that was in the early days. And so I just recently, I think in February, maybe we created a new account for him. So he's still just a VIP customer.
But in the process, you're developing people.
Yeah, I do have three level ones that have gone silver. So I feel really great about that. Just have to get beyond.
So make sure you guys put your sticky notes up if that's how your brain works, just to have a visual representation of 10 level ones and then a different color probably and for senior silvers. I have to look back at the numbers. Yeah, I need to look back at the numbers, but there's 10, we have 10 level ones under Justin and 1 senior silver. And then my reentry, I'm not sure how that works under, I'm not adding under diamond account, but so yeah, I'd be earning icon under my reentry. Oh man, I think I maybe have 6 level ones on my reentry and I have 0 senior silvers, but I'm working with Jody on going senior silver. She needs 6 and then mystery person. And then hopefully Addie can go icon because she already has her 10 and she already has a senior silver. So
Yay.
working on an outside leg or outside person outside of her sister.
I don't know about you guys, but what the thing for me over the past many years is that I don't really like stacking under people. I want them to do it because
Yeah.
I've done that so much. And then even like you were asking Brandy about my husband, is that, and I get it. Like it's just my husband. I could obviously work with those people, but it's one more thing to think about. Oh yeah, don't just send that to my level ones. Now it has to be to the level 2s that are under him. And just, I don't know, I kind of get stuck in that brain space of like, I don't want to add under other people.
Oh,
But
Becky
that's
says,
me. I mean, because I've done it so many times. That's just kind of
yeah.
what.
Well, and it's easy to lose people because like if they're not in your level 1 line, then you have to be remembering like who's under which. Again, a visual tracking of some sort is necessary because yeah, you get too strung out and it's like, oh, who's under who and who, yeah, who am I treating like a level 1 that's actually not. Amber said I should have added my 3 extra under Chad to help him be senior silver. So debating about building under him or going for leaders retreat credits. Gretchen says I appreciate prayers over some new ads. And then Becky said one of her senior silver was her hubby, and now he expects me to continue to grow his account. But I said, no, you can, LOL. Yes. Okay. The one thing about building under husband accounts would be, I mean, if it's for a short stint for a specific goal, but otherwise I don't recommend it. Like it's different if they're doing it, like if they're working their business. So I just caution against it because I've seen it bite people in the butt, especially in the long run of things. And then you start to dilute your recruitment or your rank up prolongs because those level 1s or those level 2s are not level 1s that they could be. Sometimes runners pop up underneath this husband account. And then for contests, it really dilutes the credits. And then the caveat is unless there's 2 heavy recruiters under both accounts where, he's adding his people, you're adding your people so that it grows simultaneously, otherwise it can get really lopsided. Okay. Who has a tip for recruitment? How to make recruitment happen quickly? Ideas? Angie, since you're like a top recruiter, what would you say your biggest tip is? Posting?
Sorry. I mean, posting, engaging, just tons of conversation. The people that I've actually added are people that I've been in contact with for a long time that just decide to come back around. But I would say definitely make sure that you've got your message that you're going to send as soon as you know something is super important. And I always ask, like, not the yes or no question, but how does this sound? Are you okay if I send you the cart? Which I word it differently because I don't want to end with a yes or no question. And sometimes I just send the cart anyway. And honestly, I like the triplex and trim, but if you can get people to start, sometimes it's better to start people with Slim and Probio 5 or Slim and Balance. Because
Mhm.
if they can't afford $250, they can't afford it.
Yeah.
And if, you know,
Is Slim and ProBio 5 100 PV?
yes.
Ooh, didn't realize that. Okay, good to know. I know Slim and Balance is and is like $115, at least last I checked. So when you're saying, like, do you message people from your stories, like Alita was talking about?
Not necessarily. I don't, since I have taken on this new vision of my Facebook wall, some days I don't even post stuff in stories unless somebody's like tagging me, and then I'm just like ding
Mhm.
ding ding. Um, I really, because it's such a different audience, honestly.
I think
And
it's louder. The volumes that turned up louder on the walls, I think.
yeah, and plus, like, I know you girls think I'm really young, but most people that are in my age range, like, they're on their walls. I mean, that's what I'm finding. More so, people are
Mhm.
like, "Oh, how do you look at stories?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's right across the top." But we're on it all the time, you know? And so of course we know. Instagram, I've gotten one sign up ever from Instagram. However,
Interesting.
I will say, I have a friend who's running my TikTok. I never even had a TikTok, but she's like, "Let me just try this experiment." And I've had some engagement, not necessarily about Plexus, although people are asked. I did have two people ask me what was in it. But see, I forget to go look at that. It's
Mhm.
kind of like stacking people under other people. You forget. Like, I'm all about Facebook, but I forget sometimes to go look at those other things.
Mhm. Um, oh, I feel like there was a thought that I had. Oh, the post, the GLP-1 post. So if you've posted it like 2 or 3 times and it hasn't gotten traction, should you keep trying to post it? What would be your suggestion there?
I would, because I haven't posted it as much this month, but I have posted it at least once. There's been months I've posted it 2 or 3 times. And if somebody likes it, message them and thank them for liking it and say, "Hey, do you want to see?" Or, you know, the other two that got a ton of engagement was about the GLP-1 and the naturopath, or the GLP-1 and the girl who switched from the semaglutide.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the video because people are like, "Oh yeah, I want to see it." Because remember, not everybody sees it.
Yeah. Have you tried those ones, Gretchen, yet? The Alita one and then the Bridget.
I've done the girl that switched one. I don't know if I have the Alita one or the naturopath one. I really loved the video from the girl that switched. I should do that again.
Well,
Oh yeah,
did
try it.
Alita,
Try it
oh, sorry,
again.
go ahead.
No. I was just saying, try it again.
I'm sorry.
Did Alita do a video or something? I haven't seen that.
I don't know.
It was her
I haven't-
customer. Her customer switched.
Oh, is that the one? The same one? The video is her customer? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I haven't
And then there's
seen the naturopath one.
okay.
I'll send it to you,
That's
Gretchen.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's Bridget's. But yeah, that one's great too. And I feel like it's a new month. It's a fresh new month. So whatever we did in September or October, like that's irrelevant. Like it's a fresh new month, new audience, not really, but like I think we can just repost, redo, try them again. Like if they worked to bring in some new people and like random, super random people. A few I had chatted with, but then they kind of like lost interest or I couldn't get a response from them. And then they came to me from those posts. So I think it's worth continuing to try and experiment with. Becky, did you say anything about the 10-day long vendor event yet on any of our calls? I can't remember. Oh, you have your sweatshirt on. Look at subtle flex. Totally good. Totally go for it.
I have not talked about it much. I had to recover. It took me a while to recover from
I bet.
10 days. I actually didn't feel good for a few days. I don't know if I had like a stomach bug or something. I was living off of fair food and I was not feeling good. So, but it was really good. I mean, we had, I can't remember now, maybe 400. I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't that much. I can't remember. We had a lot of names, a lot of contacts, a lot of new contacts, a lot of new connections. So that was good. You know, Mary ended up signing 3, Jennifer signed 3 during the fair. So it was good. I mean, I feel like it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. That's so impressive. Kudos. Congrats. That is a huge commitment, but I'm sure you guys learned a ton and made new contacts, and you helped your team add people, which is wonderful. Angie, do you have a diagnosis for Amber? She said she's posted it. I think you're meaning the call to comment salesy post with the black background with the weird emojis 3 to 4 times and 0 interaction all times, even reworded it. Want it to work so badly. The magic is you can't reword it. I would say don't reword it. Use the black background, use the weird emojis. And I mean, have you posted it 3 or 4 times this month?
No, because I feel it's cursed.
Well, if you think it is, then it probably will be. But my thought would be adjust your expectations. Adjust your expectations and experiment. And just be like, do it now. Have you posted in a while? When was your last post?
Lunchtime.
Okay.
Oh, girl, it's 6 o'clock.
I usually post right before I pop on here, and I did it, and I was like, oh, darn it.
Okay, so I think this is your
Like
invitation.
37 posts though, just my audit. So
Hey, that's good. So
No,
you, Gretchen, experiment with it and try it and just see. The other thing I think we can try is the video comments. Have you tried the ones with the video comment below?
yes,
With
the
the
one with
naturopath?
not the naturopath one, but the switch I did.
Okay,
Okay,
I
did
just
you
put the
get any
video
comments?
for the Jessica Hugendorn, the naturopath, in the Ruby chat.
Okay, thank you.
Do you
And
have
the
the
other
actual post?
Go ahead.
I went to Angie's wall and I recreated every single one that she did, like not maybe every single one, but all of the ones that were GLP-1, and I even sent it to my people. They get interaction, but for some reason it will fall dead for me every time, and I don't know why. But
Okay, so I have a couple questions.
okay.
Are you doing any kind of call to comment beforehand? Are you moving your algorithm? Or are you posting and then jumping off? Like what? Tell me. Or do you not pay attention?
No.
I'm just honest.
Not paying attention. I go comment on people's walls, then I post it up, and then I go comment on people's walls. Or
Okay.
I'll even go to the messenger and I'll be messaging people. Or sometimes I'll even wait and do my birthdays intentionally there, because that's like, 10 interactions right there. And I've started even popping them on their wall and then messaging them the next day of how they celebrated. Like I do all of that. And then I did the call to comment, the GLP-1 thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, does it just not show up? I just don't understand why it's just, because even on, I have not, even like today's, I posted a testimony of a man. I got like 2 interactions. And I'm just like, what is that all about? You know what I mean?
Some of mine are like that too.
But
Mine
I
too.
expect there even to be like my followers, like those dedicated old women that like just love my post no matter what. They don't even comment on it. Like they don't even like it. It's like they don't even see it.
Okay, here's a question. Have you copied and pasted it, or are you
I
taking
wrote it out.
rewriting it yourself? Okay.
Mhm. And then I took the words and I did it with a picture, because you had that adorable picture with yours. And I was like, okay, I'll do that.
Have you done the @ highlight thing so it notifies your people?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
It's
I
a
know.
coup against you.
Well, I wouldn't assume that it's you or that it's the post or that it's cursed. I literally wouldn't overthink it, but I would continue to experiment with it
Okay.
because it is still working for people. And I would see if you can get your
know.
people to post it. Like to me, it's a win if you
Me
get
too.
3 or 4 people to post it because you asked like 15 of them and they do it, and then you like help them, like that's your own post type of thing. Like that's a win. So Gretchen, that's another idea for you too, is like see who of your people, like if you nudge them and be like, hey, you want to try posting this post and like let's just see what happens, because there has been some good conversations and even some new ads and conversations come from people asking even their potentials to post it on their behalf. That's what Jody did, and she has like multiple conversations going with like people she would not have connected with otherwise.
And also, I would post the one about the naturopath. I have a video from a naturopath explaining
Mm-hmm.
the benefits of our natural, GLP-1 alternative. And then the other thing that I do when people comment or like, even if they like it, I'm sending it to them. I'm like, hey, I saw you saw it, blah, blah, blah. Is I don't do it all at once. I'll do a couple and then send it. And I make sure that I like what their comment and then I like my response. So there's another little click on it every single time. You know what I mean?
To get
Yep.
clicks. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Have you noticed, Angie, that on Facebook they did some kind of update and all you can do is these little thumbs up now?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's so frustrating.
In the comments. Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
You mean the
can't-
like button?
You
Mhm.
can't do a like or a heart or anything for a comment anymore. It's a thumbs up.
It's just a
That's it.
thumbs up. Oh yeah, okay. I thought the thumbs up was the like.
Well, it probably
Yeah, it's
is, but
different.
we don't have as many options. So I would say, I mean, this is me, and I'm sure Angie and everyone else would think the same. It's like, let's just keep trying different
Okay.
things, and like different things are going to land for different ones of us. And like Brandy's all up in her stories and like doing funny conspiracy theory stories, but she's having conversations. So I think that's the thing, is like, we've got to keep experimenting with things and trying. And the other thing too, this is like side tangent, but you might need more new friends. So keep making sure that your network, because like it might just be like that the top cycle of the people seeing your posts are this is like you're preaching to the choir. I've gone through seasons like this too. So it's like if we can like dredge up like flip over the friends list so that other people are seeing it and or bring in new friends, which I'm sure you're doing, but just ideas.
I have another quick call to comment. I don't know, you guys are also much younger than me, but did you guys ever remember having a phone number where you could call time and temperature?
Oh yeah.
So my husband and I were sitting down this morning and he goes, hey, do you remember the number to time and temperature? And I was like, 765-289. And then he goes 25 and I go 11. Yes, that's it. I called it. It still works.
What?
And it was from Indiana. That's the phone number in Indiana. It still works.
That's
So I
hilarious.
posted that and asked, and a bunch of my Indiana friends, they knew the number too. Other people commented and told me wherever they lived that said their number, but that's something to engage
That's
with.
hilarious.
Now I'm not going to watch Twilight because that's not my thing, but time and temperature.
What does it mean about us if we don't remember the number? That we don't have good long-term memory?
I
Too many
mean,
sleepless
that
nights.
doesn't mean anything about. Or do you remember your phone number from when you were a little kid?
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah. Okay, I
Okay.
gotta go, ladies. My
Yeah,
people will be here
same.
shortly.
Okay, two things. I'm hosting an in-person all-day event on the 22nd. It's like a workday, workshop, retreat, whatever you want to call it. I will get more details out about that. Don't forget to register for tomorrow for the Plexathon. And then tonight at 7, I'm interviewing Addie and Hannah about Fast Start Silver, Senior Silver, and Gold. So it'll be good. Pop your people on. It'll be fun. All right. Thanks, girls. Great to chat with you.